Hello, my name is Erin, and I'm going to be guiding you through a yoga practice this evening that includes a moon salutation and also includes a guided meditation about the last 15 minutes. So if you want to start seated this evening, you have your legs crossed, or you can out in front of you. You can use a block to lift your hips, or if you're at home and don't have a block, you can use a book. Also, use the wall for some support. We'll take the first few minutes to get ourselves settled, starting to go of worries. See if we can put our focus and attention into this moment. We're going to use all our senses to do that. So noticing what you can see, hear, noticing what you can smell and taste. You can feel physically about yourself in this space. Maybe you notice the surface below you. You can feel the air, clothing where it touches your skin. Letting that awareness come into sensing the body itself, all the muscles and bones and joints and organs. And as you bring your awareness to the body, you may notice there are places you feel ease, places where you sense tension. If you want to, you can make some small movements or adjustments to find a little more ease. As you start to settle in again, starting to notice your body breathing. You've been breathing this whole time. You don't need to change anything about the breath. Simply notice how the body feels when you're breathing. The rise and fall of your chest and belly. Feeling the breath moving past your nostrils or your lips. And mind starts to wander, or if you feel it drifting away, it's okay. It's the mind's job to think. As soon as you notice that, let yourself come back to noticing, sensing the breath. Then you may begin to welcome in an intention, focus for your practice. To be aware of the breath in this moment. Want to join me? My intention is to let go of what I can't control. And with the next breath, let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Fill the lungs up with air from the bottom to the top, front to back, side to side. And then when the lungs are full of air, we'll exhale, let it go with a sigh. If you'd like to, you can do that again, inhaling deeply. exhale, let's let it go. If you are sitting cross-legged, if you want to at this time, you can switch the crossing of your legs so that the opposite leg is on top or in front so that we stay even on our hips. We're going to do some warming up while we're seated. Once you're settled back in, let's add some movements. And we'll start with the hands next to the sides of the body and inhale and reach them up. Going as high as works for you. They may even come all the way overhead. And then exhale, pushing the hands slowly down with the breath until they come back to the earth. And we can do that again. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, pressing down. Do one more like that. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, pressing down. And this time, let's lift our arms up in front of us. And then when we exhale, we're going to bring the hands down right in front and land on our lap. The hands might be on the knees or on the thighs. And we're going to do a seated cat-cow flow. So warming up the spine from a seated posture. Inhaling. Let's bend the elbows, arch the back, lift the chest, shoulder blades slide down the back, tailbone might lift a little bit. You can even bring yourself slightly into a forward fold if you want. And then exhale, we reverse it. Straighten the elbows, round the back, round the shoulders, tuck the tailbone. You can look down into your lap. And let's do that a few times. Inhale. So lift up and arch the back. Exhale, rounding the back. And you can do this at your own rhythm. Your breath might be a different pace than mine, and that's okay. Find the rhythm that works for you. Maybe do one more set, one more inhale, one more exhale. And then let's come back to a long spine. So we won't be rounded and we won't be arched. Let's see if we can feel the sense that we're rooting down to the earth through our sits bones, that bony part of our seat. And then from that sense that we're pressing down, lengthening through the spine, right through the top of the head. So since our spine is long, now we can twist it. So let's inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, twist to one side. And then we'll let the arms float down. So we're not going to use our arms to crank ourselves into a deeper twist. We're just letting them help support us so the spine stays long. Take a couple breaths here. Start to feel like your breath is ragged or can't breathe. That's your body sending a message. You've gone a little bit deeper than you need to. Just back out to where you can feel your breath ease up a little. Inhale, let's come back to the center, raise the arms up again. And exhale, twist to the other side and float the arms down. Let's take a couple breaths here. Even experiment with drawing the muscles behind the navel back towards the spine. See what happens to your twist when you do that. Come back to center. And exhale. Just come down. If you want to shake anything out, pull anything, go ahead. We're going to come out of this seated posture now that we're warmed up a little bit and come up to standing. So do anything fancy to get to standing, you can use a block, or if you're near a wall or a sturdy chair, you can use that to support you in getting up. And then we're going to face each other. If you have the space to reorient your mat so that the long edge is facing the screen, it might just make it a little easier to see. So you can do that if you want. And we're going to be doing moon salutations tonight. So essentially with this practice, we'll be doing some postures that we're familiar with, but we're going to be coming into them and out of them maybe in a little different way than we're used to. And it's like we're moving our body through the phases of the moon. So we'll start in a new moon, really small, and then we'll get bigger and bigger and bigger until we're in this really big, deep squat, like we're taking up room like a full moon. And then we'll do the same postures in opposite order up the other side of the body. And then we'll come back to our new moon. So we do the whole cycle. And if you've not done this with me before, I promise it'll start to make more sense when we're moving through. And we'll do it all in one direction, and then we'll come back and do the same thing in the other direction. Maybe a little faster the second time once we have the hang of it. So to start, let's bring our feet about hips distance apart, standing about the middle of our mat. Let the toes point forward. We'll find a mountain posture here. So again, this is a pretty familiar posture. Let the soles of our feet, the outside edges, the heels, the big toes, press down into the earth. Feeling as we press down that energizing feeling in our legs. Feeling that energizing, powerful feeling moving up the sides of the body, keeping the torso tall, our spine long. Letting that energy move all the way up through the top of the head. So the top of our head is reaching up towards the sky. And balance that energizing, powerful feeling also with a sense of ease. So we'll start at the top now and work our way down, checking in with our forehead and our eyebrows. If we're holding tension there, we can let that soften. If we're holding tension in our jaw, maybe that soften. Checking in with our shoulders. If they're up by our ears, let's let them drop down and away. Arms are at ease at our sides. Rotate the belly of the arm and the palms to face forward. Feel how that helps us open through the chest and helps the shoulder blades slide down the back. We're going to check in with those knees. If they are blocked out and rigid, let's see if we can soften them just a little bit. So we're still strong, but we don't have to be rigid. Take a couple breaths here and simply notice how this feels. And with the next breath in, let's inhale and reach the arms up. If they can come all the way overhead and interlace, that's fine. If that doesn't feel right, you can keep hands at your side for this part. We're going to come into a side bend. So exhale, side bend. This is like a crescent moon. Inhale and exhale, crescent moon to the other side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let's release the arms. We're going to step the feet a little bit wider. So the heels are a little wider than the shoulders. The toes are going to open up a little wider. Heels. We're going to inhale up into a big star shape. And then exhale, we'll start to bend the knees and come into a little squat, not a real deep one. Bend the elbows like cactus arms. Draw the shoulder blades back towards each other. Draw the elbows back towards each other into this goddess position. And then inhale, press the heels down, reach the fingertips back to star. And we'll flow through that a couple times. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, reach and stretch one more time. And then let's float the arms down. We're going to change the feet a little bit. We're going to turn the toes of the left foot to point to the long edge of our mat. So they're facing right towards me. And then we're going to turn the right foot to turn towards that short edge of the mat over to the right. And we're still keeping the body facing the front. So we're not turning to face towards our right toes. We're still facing towards that long edge of the mat. We're going to float the arms back up, stretching fingertip to fingertip. And then we're going to reach through those right fingertips like we're trying to grab something off the shelf. It's just out of reach. And when we can't reach forward anymore, we're going to let that hand come to our leg. And the other hand can reach up. Or if that doesn't feel right, you can let that hand rest at your side. This is our triangle posture. Let's take a couple breaths here and see if we can keep the chest facing the front. You might feel an urge to start to round down. You need to slide that right hand up a little bit farther up the thigh so that you can still keep the chest. Now we're going to round. So here's where we get a chance to do that. We're going to round over that right leg and maybe fold a little deeper if that feels right. The leg can have a little tiny bend in it, so it's okay if you feel it wants to bend. We're not going to come into a lunge yet. We'll do that in a moment. If you want to use your hands on your leg, you can. If you have a block or something you can use, you bring that in. If you want to bring hands to the mat, you can do that, but it's not necessary. Let's take one more breath there. And then we are going to change this to a lunge. So now we are going to bend that right knee so that it's right over the ankle. We're going to pivot through that back foot so that the heel lifts. You can use your hands on your thigh to come up a little taller. If you have a wall or a sturdy chair, you can use that for balance. Let's see if we can get really strong through the front of this left thigh. That's going to help us lift the knee. You can also bring hands to the hips if you want, or reach them overhead. So lots of options here. And then we're going to change this again. So now we're going to turn the body back to the front. We're going to keep the right knee bent. We're going to point the left toes back to the front. So the heel is going to come down again. We're going to come into side angle. So your right hand can rest on your right knee, or the forearm can come there. But again, only coming down as far as you can and still keep that rotation of the chest towards the front. So if you're rounding back this way, maybe come up a little higher. All right. One more breath here. And then now we're going to make that big full moon. Bend both knees, open both toes out. So this is a bigger squat. We're a little lower. We're going to put our hands just above our knees. Straighten the arms so that our spine gets nice and long because we're going to twist again. So dropping one shoulder down. Inhale back to the middle, and then we're going to dip that other shoulder down. All right, now moving out of our full moon, we're going to come back the other side for the rest of our cycle. So now the right leg is going to straighten. We're going to turn the toes to face the front. This left knee stays bent. We point the toes to the left, and we come into side angle on this side. So again, still keeping your chest facing the front. Hand or elbows maybe resting on that thigh. Take a couple breaths here. And then now we're going to change it to that lunge. So now we're turning the body to face the same direction as our left toes. Pivot through that right foot so we're on the ball of the foot. Again, that transition can be a little tricky. It's okay to use a little support. You need to, before you settle in, or even after you settle in, that's fine too. See if you can squeeze through the front of that right thigh to lift the knee, and feel how that energy comes through the leg all the way through the heel. Take another breath here. Now we're going to put that back foot down again. Straighten the left leg and fold over the left leg. Again, you can use a block here. You can use the front of your leg. Take a couple breaths. And then we're going to slide that left hand a little further up the leg. Turn to face the front. You can keep the right hand on your hip, or you can reach it up to the sky. And we're back in triangle. Other side. Take another breath here. Cartwheel the arms up. And back into a wide leg stance. And if that feels a little too wide, it does to me. I'm going to bring my heels in a little closer, heel toe them in. That too. Heels just a little wider than my shoulders. And we're going to do that star goddess flow. So big star, inhale in. Exhale, coming back to that goddess spot. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, let's come up one more time. Let the arms come down. Step the feet back to hips distance. And we're going to finish out our cycle with our crescent moons, arms overhead as we inhale. And exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. And we get to rest back in mountain. Notice how this feels. If you need to get a drink of water or readjust into your mountain, go ahead. And we're going to do that whole sequence once again, maybe just a little quicker since we got the feel of it, but we're going to go start on the left and then come back up to the right. Right. Next inhale, let's up and exhale, crescent moon. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Let's release, step it a little wider and come up into that big star. Inhale. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, reach and stretch. And we'll bring arms back down to parallel, stretching fingertip to fingertip. We'll turn the right toes to face the front. We'll turn the left toes to face to the left. The body is still facing the front. We're not turning yet. Reach through those left fingertips. Drop the left hand. You can reach the right arm up in triangle or not. It feels right for you. And now we'll let ourselves round over that left leg. Breaths here. Now let's bend that left knee. Pivot through that back foot. Find that lunge. Take a moment here to get steady. And change the arms if you want or not. Maybe you can feel strong through that right thigh. One more breath. Let's turn back to the front. Pivot the toes of the right foot back to the front and find our side angle. And again, you can stay here. If you want to stretch the right arm by the right ear, you can. So that's another variation. One more breath. And now let's bend both knees, open the toes, feel that big full moon. Straighten through the arms so we can lengthen the spine. And exhale, let's twist here. Fill out some space. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. In the palm. How about you? Inhale back to center. And let's switch to the other side. So left leg straightens, toes point to the front. Let's turn those right toes out to the right and find our side angle on this side, with or without that extension. Listening to what your body needs. One more breath. Let's find our way into that lunge. Pivot through the back foot. Remember, you can use a little support here, that's fine. Positions can be challenging, so use support when you need it. One more breath. Now let's start to straighten that front leg. Fold over the leg. We'll put that back heel down. Right hand is going to slide up the right leg. We're going to turn to face the front again. Leave your left hand here, or you can reach it up. Triangle on this side. Inhale, let's cartwheel up. Heel toe back to a good stance to find that big star. And exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, bend and lower. And inhale, reach and stretch. Lowering the arms, stepping feet back to hips distance. Let's close out with those crescent moves. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, tall. Exhale, other side. Inhale, tall, and exhale, release. Oh, let's take a breath. Again, if you need to shake that out, you need to get a drink of water, now's a good time. We're going to work just a little bit on balance. You're welcome to stay on your mat. Or if you want to come onto a firmer surface, you can move off your mat. Or if you want to, come near a wall or a table or a sturdy chair, again, to have something to help support you, you're welcome to do that. And then we'll find ourselves back in mountain. Let's feel that sense of being balanced and powerful and also at ease. First with both feet on the ground before we challenge ourselves to one foot. Couple breaths here. Maybe even find a point in front of you that you can fix your gaze on. See if that helps with maintaining balance. Okay. We're going to start to feel our weight shift to the left foot and pick up the right heel. Right knee is bent. Let's actually open a little bit through that right hip crease. Getting a little openness there. And slide that right heel just above the left ankle. Make a little kickstand. You are welcome to stay here in this kickstand as long as you'd like. You do want to slide the right foot a little further up the right leg. You can do that, or the left leg. You can do that. Just make sure you're either above the knee or below the knee. You don't want to press the side of the knee. If you do feel a little wobbly here, that's okay. If you need to put your foot down and catch your balance or come into another option, you can. Again, wall. This helps steady you. Each time we do correct the balance, each time we feel like we're losing it and getting wobbly and then correcting, every time we do that, we're getting stronger. That's part of the practice. Let's take one more breath. Put that right foot down. That left leg has just done some hard work. If you want to give it a little gratitude, maybe shake it out or put a little massage, you can. And when you're ready, let's come back to that mountain posture and settle back in again. Find that sense of power in the body, that sense of ease. And do that on the other side. So letting the weight start to come to the right foot. Let's pick up the left heel. Open that leg out a little bit to the side. Find that kickstand. What are those other options? And you may notice it feels different on this side. One side may be more or less challenging. That's okay. Use our body in different ways on different sides, so it feels a little different. To change up the hands, you can. Tall like a pine tree, or maybe wide like an oak tree. Take a couple more breaths. And then let's lower down. That right leg, a little gratitude. And if you've moved, come back to the center of your mat. We're going to do a little practice with some warrior flows and some forward folds, and then come down to the mat, pull down. So we're going to start again with the feet wide, but this time they're going to be a little wider than they were for that goddess flow. I like to extend my arms out fingertip to fingertip and then see if I can get my ankles almost as wide as where my wrists are. And that's usually a pretty good spot for this to get everything to align right. So if you want to try that, you can. And then we're going to turn the toes to point to the front. And let's inhale and reach our arms up. And then exhale, bring our hands to our hips. We're going to find a little bit of a back bend here. So inhale, lift the chest, arch the back. The hips come forward a little bit, so we're opening up in those hip creases. And then we're going to hinge through the hip creases to start to fold forward. We're not going to come down all the way down. The farthest I want you to go is halfway, so that you have a long spine from the tailbone to the top of the head. You can soften the knees a little bit, see if you can feel balance between the ball of the foot and the heel of the foot. You press a little bit into the edges of the feet. And then let's bend the knees even more, press into the heels, and come back up to standing. Keeping the legs just as they are, let's stretch our fingertips back out. We can get wrists, elbows, and shoulders all aligned. And now we're going to turn that right foot again. We're going to pivot, point the right toes to the right side of the mat. Keep the body facing the front of the mat. We're going to start to bend that right knee. It doesn't have to come super far. You can come to where the knee is right over the ankle. If it's a little bit behind that, that's fine. If you find yourself with that right knee way over the ankle, maybe just back off a bit, or maybe you've got a room to wiggle that right foot forward a little bit to help with balance. All right. Once you feel steady here, take a glance down at that right knee. And if it started to drift in towards the front on the inside of that right toe, see if you can use the strength of your leg to draw that back so that the knee is lined up maybe with that second or third toe. So, and once you feel that alignment, go ahead and look over your right shoulder. Here we are in Warrior Two. We're going to take one more breath, and then we're going to change this. We're going to turn that right palm to the sky. The legs are going to stay steady. We're not going to move the legs. And we're going to tilt the whole torso back, lifting the right hand to the air. Left hand can slide down the left leg, or maybe you can come in with hand on the hip. Take a couple breaths here. Peaceful warrior. All right. Inhale. Let's come back to Warrior Two. Let's straighten the right leg. Turn the right toes back to front. Inhale. Let's do a little back bend with the arms extended out to the side. And then exhale. Hinge forward and fold again. And this time we can wrap our hands behind the back of our legs and maybe come a little deeper into that fold. Maybe use the arms just to hug our chest a little closer to the thighs. It's okay to bend the knees. Let's take one more breath. Release the arms back out. Press into the edges and heels of our feet. And let's come back up. We're going to do that warrior series on the other side. So let's turn the left toes to face the left. Keep the body facing the front. Let's bend that left knee. See if we can get a good alignment here with the knee over the ankle, or maybe a little bit behind. Make any adjustments you need to make. Check that left knee. Make sure it's staying in line with that second and third toe, resisting that urge to soften so much that your knee comes in. All right. Then you can look out over your left shoulder. Let's take a couple breaths in Warrior Two. Turn the left palm to face the sky, and then we'll tilt back, finding that peaceful warrior on this side. See if you can keep the legs steady. That back leg stays long and strong, pressing into the outside edge and the heel of that back foot. Feel what happens when you press down. Is there an activation in any of your muscles? Where do you feel that? One more breath. Inhale, let's come back to Warrior Two. Let's straighten that front leg. Turn the toes back to the front. We're going to do one more forward fold and then come all the way down to the mat so we can reach arms up. Inhale, exhale. You can bring our hands behind our back here. Or if you want to do either of the other options from our forward fold, you can. You can interlace fingers and draw the knuckles down, or you can grab your wrists or elbows. Try to see if we can really open up through the chest. Exhale, hinge through the hips, soften the knees. Let's fold forward. You can keep the fingers interlaced if that feels good, and draw the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Or you can release the arms, that's fine too. One more breath. Let's all release the arms. Soften the knees. Start to come down to the mat. Now we're going to turn and sit on our mat. All right. Our seat is about the middle of our mat. Our knees are bent. Feet are on the mat. And let's slowly lower down with control. See if we can keep an engagement in the muscles right behind our navel. Your hands can help you behind your thighs or on the mats. If you want to challenge that core strength a little more, you can put the palms face each other as you lower down. Once we're on the mat, step the heels in a little closer. The arms come long next to the sides and body. Press down through the soles of the feet, the palms of the hands, and let's lift up into a bridge posture, pressing down to lift the tailbone up, low back, middle back. Get to the shoulder blades, we'll tuck them under, so we're lifting through the chest, lifting through the hips. Let's take a couple breaths here. And then exhale, slowly lower down. All right, you can let the knees fall side to side like windshield wipers. And then come back to center. Do one more bridge. Pressing down, let's peel back up. Hands can stay where they are, or if you want to, you can interlace fingers underneath your seat. Let's take a couple breaths here. And let's exhale and release the fingers that are interlaced and come down. Maybe hug the knees in. Rock a little side to side. And then we'll let the feet come back to the mat. Cross right ankle over left knee, finding figure 4. If you want to come into reverse pigeon, lifting the left foot up, you can, maybe making movements through the foot, ankle, the knee, maybe rocking side to side. The hips a little. So finding what you need. Settling down now, getting ready for our meditation. So really checking in with what you might need to find a little bit more ease in the body. Now, left foot can come back to the mat if it's lifted. Let arms come out to the sides, rooting down through the shoulder blades. You can come into a twist. You need to shift your hips or change the crossing of your legs as you twist. Go ahead. You can even use a cushion or a pillow or blanket or a block to support your legs if they don't come all the way to the floor. Way you don't have that sensation that you have to hold them up. Come back to the middle. Switch sides here. So right foot is down, left foot crosses over right knee. And same thing, you can stay right here. You don't need to change anything, but if you want to lift that right foot up, again, you can make any movements that you like here. The right foot can come down if it's lifted. I can find a twist in the other direction. And let's come back to center. Lower the left foot down. And if there's any other movement or any other shape that you want to come into so that you can feel supported and at ease during our meditation, feel free to find that movement now or come into that shape and get yourself ready and move a little closer so that you're sure to hear me during our meditation. If you want to cover up or dim the lights or use any blankets or cushion or pillows or anything like that to feel supported and at ease, you're welcome to do that now. Once you're settled in, if you want to try soften, close, you can. And it's okay if you come in and out of consciousness or if you fall asleep during the meditation, you'll still get all the benefits of the meditation. Starting to bring your awareness to your breath. been controlling your breath during our physical practice, you can let that control release. Come back to breathing your natural rhythm. Notice that there's nothing you need to do. The body breathes itself all on its own. Breath is coming and going in the body, and there's nothing you need to do. Checking in with what you're sensing in your body right now. Jaw, your shoulders, arms, torso, legs. You need to make any adjustments or movements now, or anytime during our meditation to find more ease or more support, you're welcome to do that. Letting your senses be open to the environment around you, any of the sounds around you. And let those sounds be far away. There's nothing you need to do about them right now. Feeling the sense where you're being supported by the surface below you. Maybe beginning to feel a sense of letting go or being at ease in your body and mind. Getting to welcome in a sense of your inner resource. That felt sense in your body where you experience being secure, strong, and at ease. Maybe a sense of groundedness or wellness. It's helpful to feel secure and at ease in this moment. You can imagine a person, place, maybe a pet or some experience you've had that supports you to feel secure and at ease in this moment. And you can use all of your senses to enhance your experience, calling any sounds, sights, smells, tastes, sensations that invite ease and well-being into your body and mind. Know that you can return to this sense of well-being, this inner resource whenever you want. It always exists within you. Come back to it whenever you want to rest or restore, feel secure and at ease during daily life or during this practice. A sense of ease. Mind your intention for your practice this evening. To rest. To let go of what you can't control. Maybe to feel secure and at ease with yourself. Whatever your intention, you want to affirm it with your entire body and mind as though it were already true. Allowing that sense of intention to deepen and grow. It begins to develop into a sense of your heartfelt mission. Feeling of life living you with meaning, purpose, and value. Beginning to welcome sensations as you rotate attention through the body. You may sense something, little at all. Whatever you experience is perfect just the way it is. Sensing your mouth. Sensing your ears without thinking, sensing your nose and nostrils. Sensation in your eyes, forehead, the crown of the head, neck, sensing the shoulders, following the sensation down the upper arms to the elbows, arms to the wrists, the hands out to the fingertips, sensing the palms of the hands. Sensing the chest and belly, upper and lower back, the entire torso as sensation without thinking, experiencing. Alert, aware, sensation in the pelvis, feet, hips, following sensation down the thighs to the knees, lower legs to the ankles, tops of the feet to the tips of the toes. And sensing the soles of the feet. Sensing now the entire body. Body all at once alive with sensation. Tension open to sensation and to everything that you're experiencing in the body. Noticing the body breathing itself. Rise and fall of the chest and belly. Feeling of the breath moving past the nostrils or the lips. As you're noticing the breath and the body, realizing with each inhale, bringing in everything you need. And with each exhale, you're letting go of everything you no longer need. Inhaling energy, every cell of the body. Exhale, letting go everything you no longer need from every single cell of the body. Continue to breathe here. Each breath energizing and cleansing every cell of the body. The body is breathing itself. Alert and attentive. Next exhale, bringing attention back to sensing the body. Whole body once again alive with sensation. Sensing everything that is now present in your awareness. Sensing any sensations that are present. The feeling of warmth, coolness, a sense of heaviness or lightness, maybe a sense of ease or tension. Trying to change anything. Welcoming sensations just as they are. Seeing that you're the observer of all these sensations. Observing without trying to change anything. And just as it is. Welcoming any emotions that are present. Any emotions that you may be working with in your life. Remember, if you want to take a break from what you're sensing, come back to that felt sense of ease or well-being in your inner resource, whatever. When you're ready, you can come back to noticing sensations, noticing emotions, sensing how you're the observer. All these experiences coming and going, observing without trying to change anything, just as it is. Perhaps noticing and welcoming the various thoughts that are present. Thoughts like objects that are coming and going in your awareness. Letting them as they appear and disappear without getting involved. Now note how you're the observer. Everything that's in your awareness. Sensations, emotions, thoughts. Observing without trying to change anything. Everything just as it is. Now, welcoming the experience of joy or happiness, or recall a memory of a person, place, animal, or circumstance that invites joy or happiness into your life. Noticing how you experience joy or happiness. Maybe it's a feeling like an inner smile or a warm glow. Maybe it's a sound, music, smell, taste. Maybe it's an image or a color. However you experience joy, you can imagine that experience from wherever it starts in the body, expanding out into the entire body. Every cell in your body coming alive with the experience of joy or happiness. Feels right while you're experiencing joy or happiness to welcome in the felt sense of your inner resource. And then that felt sense of ease and well-being. Know how you're the observer. Everything that's present in your awareness. Awake and aware of sensations, emotions, thoughts, joy. Observing without trying to change anything. Everything just as it is. You need to do what you need to be. It's your time to simply be. Letting everything be just as it is. Allowing yourself to dissolve into being awareness. Feeling yourself as awareness everywhere. Resting here, being awareness. Feeling that sense of being whole, connected with all of life. Wait, where, at ease, and just as it is. Sensing yourself as whole, complete, to that part of yourself that's untouched by any experience you've ever had, to the world around you, connected to all of life. As you're resting here, feels right. Take a few moments to welcome in the felt sense of your inner resource. Feeling secure, grounded, and at ease. Welcome to rest here in awareness as long as you like. When you're ready to come back into your day, start to deepen your breath. Take a deep breath and let it go with a sigh. Make small movements or stretch. Still feeling that sense of wholeness. Affirming again your inner resource of well-being, heartfelt mission, or that felt sense of life living you with meaning, purpose, and value. Affirm any intentions that you want to take with you into your daily life or into your next practice. Support you realizing and living your heartfelt mission. The truth that in every moment, you always have the support you need, the resources you need to respond to each situation and circumstance in your life. Our meditation is complete, and you can stay here as long as you'd like. Thank you for taking time today for health and wellness, for joining me for this practice. Give some gratitude to yourself for taking time tonight for your health and wellness. Intend to take the recording of this class and upload it so that we can share it. So if you did enjoy this, you can do it again later. Thank you again for joining me. Stay, my friends. All right.